Hello, in this tutorial, we're going to show you how to use the View drop-down menu in the Cut window here. Up here is the View drop-down menu, and when you click on it, it shows all of these features right here. The ones that have the check mark are the ones that are shown. So in your ComputerCut, the default check mark should be the sign blank, your show fill, your show rulers, show grid, show guidelines, and enhanced view. Start off with the show sign blank is this black border right here that goes around like this. And if you uncheck that, it removes the black border. We suggest that you leave it on because that is the area in which you are able to work. So in this situation, the sign blank is 40 inches wide by 2,500 inches long. And it is within this area that you must do your work. Secondly is the show fill. Now the show fill, you are able to switch from a full show fill like this, or if you uncheck it, you will see it in the line art form. For some people who are used to visualizing patterns in the line art, the show fill off would probably be the preference. The difference is that if you have it off and you are in the line view, the only way you can move a pattern is to click on the edge of the pattern and then move it. If you're in the show fill and it's a solid, you can click anywhere within the pattern and move it. It's just a matter of your preference. Since you probably won't be using these other features, we are not going to go over them at this time. But another feature that you would want is the show rulers. The rulers are here and on the top, and as you can see, they start at 0 and they go to 40 inches here. If we uncheck this, the rulers disappear. So for most people, the preference is to show the rulers. Next is the show grid. These are the grid right here. If we uncheck this, they'll disappear. If it's checked, it'll show the grid. And in this case, the grid is set up for 5-inch squares. And if you want to change the size of those squares, go to Option, ComputerCut Setup, General Preferences, and right here you can change the grid size to whichever size you would like. And as you can see, in this case is set at 5 inches. Just set it to the size that you want and click Apply and OK, and the grid will be set up the way in which you would like it. The next function that is checked is the Show Guide Labels. These are the guide labels right here. Now, again, you can edit these labels. We've edited them to enlarge them and to make them in bold so that they're a little bit easier to see. If you want to change the size of the guides, you go to Guides, Edit Guides, and in here you can set whatever guides you want in here at whatever size you want. And then you can also, by clicking on the label font, you can increase the font size and the font that you prefer. So in this case, it is set to Arial Rounded and bold and to a size of the maximum, which is 72. Next is the Show Palette, which is your color palettes. If you're going to do any graphics or anything like that, you might want to show the palette. The most common palette that most people use is the shop palette. If you check it, it pops up down here with the different colors that you use. So for instance, if we wanted to change the color of this window, let's say to red, we would pop up the shop palette and then click on red, and it changes it to whatever color you want. Next are the toolbars. So for the toolbars, the main toolbars that you will be using basically almost all the time is the ComputerCut 1 and ComputerCut 2 and possibly the graphics. If we click on the graphics toolbar, you'll see the graphics tools pop up here. So for most people, these would be the three toolbars that you would use. The ComputerCut 1 and 2, your graphics toolbar if you want to do any graphics, and then your color palette down here. Now, if you want, you can change the ComputerCut 1 and ComputerCut 2 toolbars. This is your default toolbar for ComputerCut over here, but you can change it to larger, more descriptive icons and functions by going down here and going to icon size and switching from medium to large. And as you can see over here, it shows them much larger and much easier to use. We're going to remove the graphics toolbar because it's blocking this down here. So we'll go up in here, go to toolbars and graphics and remove it. And then it shows the full range of the larger icons, which are more descriptive than the default icons. So again, it's a preference of what you choose to work with. We'll change it back to the default, which is the medium. So that's a quick review of the view drop-down list. So just to review, you probably want to have the show sign blank available at all time because it shows you the area from within which you have to work. And then the show fill. For some people, they'll want to have it filled. For some, you might want to have it in the line art view, but those are two important features in the view drop-down list. And of course, you'll want to see the show rulers. And for some people, you will want to see a grid, or some people like it plain. It's all up to individual preferences. The show guide labels, you might want to increase the size so that it's more visible than the default size in the program. And then for the color palettes, if you're not doing a lot of graphics or anything like that where you need to show colors, then you might want to turn this off, which will give you more room in the page. And then again, the default toolbars are your ComputerCut 1 and your ComputerCut 2. But if you do want to do any graphics, you can highlight the graphics toolbar and work with the graphics functions.